iedereen en hallo. Nee, even overnieuw. Hallo iedereen, mijn lieve DFP'tjes. Welkom bij de eerste aflevering van een nieuwe podcast, de DFP Show. Ik heb al een beetje gezien hoe het gaat met mijn kanaal. En ik ben best tevreden. Dus maak het wat populair alsjeblieft, want ik ben nog niet heel blij met de abonnees. 28. Ik wil later ook wel bekend worden. Maar ja, wat hier staat, dat is wat ik leuk vind. Kijk, mijn kanaal bestaat nu al dus 13 jaar. En hier heb je nog mijn Discord server. Dus wat ik had. Ja, ik ben een mens. Ik ben een kamboer, zo'n rare AI of zo, dat zou ik hier niet zeggen. Ja, Discord mag dood. Maar ja, dit was... Ja, ik heb nog Kittel. Dat was nog iets heel ouds voor mij. Vond ik altijd leuk. Ik denk dat ik in deze aflevering eventjes nog in kan. Wees niet zo'n dom doen. Ik heb het niet over hier, ik heb het over Kittel. Want die is... Hallo. Later! Gaat dan naar... Oké, fuck dit. Ja. Ik heb ook een beetje... Oh. Nee. Ik heb ook een beetje mijn kanaal veranderd. Kijk, ik heb nu ook hier dit. En shit. Oh ja. Ik heb ook mijn post. En ik heb populair. Die vind ik allemaal leuk. En dat is mijn andere account die Jessica Grote. Ja, deze is mijn andere account. Jessica Grote. Ik ga gewoon op dit allemaal abonneren. Oh. Man, mijn vriendin, dat is mijn vriend Frans.
Yo guys, I'm gonna go live on Twitch. Go ahead and follow me. Yo guys, I'm gonna go live on
Twitch.
Yo guys, I'm gonna go live on Twitch. Go ahead and follow me. Yep.
Ik ga eens.
Guys, I just had to stop the stream on Twitch. Yeah, because I will get banned if I show my face one more time. I have a warrant, so guys, we're doing a duo tournament. We're gonna win this. Come on! Guys, we're doing a duo.
Oké, eventjes weg met dit, want we gaan naar de Twitch. Hier is Twitch. Kom op. Oh jee, hij gaat jaren. Wow. Ik heb geluk. Ik heb eigenlijk niet echt geluk, want als ik er ergens naar wijs, mijn scherm, jullie zien het niet. Jij moet eventjes daar. Ja, ik had het niet over iets wat dan ook. Ik had het gewoon over de webcam. We gaan manga FGC. Ook wel bekend als Frans Hootsmans. Vergeet niet op allebei die accounts te abonneren, man. Oké, manga FGC. Ik denk dat het makkelijker is als ik kijk voor of er een link is bij zijn kanaal. Nee. Oké, manga FGC 2891. What the? Wacht, nee. Dat filmpje. Ben ik nou echt zo'n dombo?
Yo guys, I'm gonna go live.
Xavi FNTH.
On Twitch, go ahead and follow me.
Xavi FNTH.
Yo guys.
Xavi FNTHL. Ja, ik heb dat goed gezien, denk ik. Zo niet dat ik kan doen. Ah. Wacht. Dit was dus het account. Oh, waarom wil ik? Nee.
Yo guys, I'm gonna go live on Twitch.
15 februari. Hij is nooit live gegaan. Oh. Nee. Dat kan hem niet zijn. Xavi F N 2 H Nee, L. Zo, ja. Dit is hem. Ja, dit is hem. Moet hem checken deze man. Moet hem checken. Nee. Dat is hem, ja, dat is hem. Wacht, wat de fuck is dit dan? En, hé, als je niet kijkt Frans, ik zweer, geen haat, nee, geen haat, nee. Ik vraag me gewoon af waarom er geen fucking audio is. En waarom het zo kort is. Ja. Kan ik dus? Als ik nu ga streamen, stopt dit dan? Denk het wel. Hi back. Oh, ik denk Piet de hele tijd. Ik denk Autonaut. Oh, wat dan? What the hell are you here now? Kom maar heen, chat hem. Nee, ik ga geen ene shit doen hier ondertussen hoor. Chat voor. Nee, Twitch. En dit is wel harder Twitch. Ja, ook en dan. Dummy ass. Just punk ass. Nee. Dus als ik Google is gezien. Gelukkig man. Google heeft geluk gehad. Wat? Nee. Is je met wat? Is je? Hoi! Ik denk dat ik Hisham's YouTube kanaal heb gevonden. Ik denk dat ik Hisham's YouTube kanaal heb gevonden.
Wat? Toppie. Ja, lekker toppie. Ja, dat heb ik toen ook al gezegd voor Brian, ja.
This is a literal nightmare on Earth.
This is a literal nightmare on Earth.
Dus iedereen die hier nog...
¿Qué tienes? Ya creciste, mijito. Don't put me down like that.
Háblame en español. Le dije que no olvidabas el español. Y me hablas en
I
español.
didn't forget, no se me olvidó más.
Pues háblame en español. Te aprovechas de eso. Te aprovechas. Ya todo quiere saber.
Ya no me pegues, ya no me pegues, también yo le doy.
This is a literal nightmare on Earth.
This is a literal nightmare on Earth.
Send this to a friend that's really special to you. You are special. You are.
You can be a lover or fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runaway and you're my desire. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fight. You can be.
What is normal to see?
Don't shoot me, please.
Oh, these two did the no hands dance trend better. Megan. Which one of these two?
Jongen, dat ging gewoon gek.
Megan.
Ja.
gaan. En dan moet je bijna uit de buurt blijven. Moet je heel niks mee doen.
What the fuck? He has no...
Ja, dus je weet wat de ellende 1 is, waar de ellende 2 is. Dat is ook de ellende die je krijgt van hem. Want zullen je nooit hebben om goed woord te doen. Dat zeg ik wel, dat kun je nooit maken. Dat is een punt. Speciaal voor iedereen. Ik weet niet wat zo'n instantie wordt gedaan, een beetje gedrukt wordt door...
Dat kan niet door die keuring heen, die inspecties die ze doen.
Wat het gebouw dan zo.
Ja, ik weet niet of het is ook, hè. I don't know. Zou ik naar resultaten
Ja, maar
kijken?
dat er ze zouden een kapel of zo doen.
Ja. Dus als Anton ermee stopt, dan gaat dat toch ook niet door?
Ik weet het niet, je zal het wel horen, neem ik aan. Ik neem aan dat eigenlijk officieel horen wij dat soort dingen eerder te horen als kinderen bijvoorbeeld. Als zoiets echt
Wat ben je aan het doen? Even die touwtjes van de bal af aan het knippen.
Nou, als zoiets dat we dan, ja, neem ik wel dat wij lang op net zoals dat we toen de vergadering dan moesten komen, weet je nog, dat ook met die vergadering gesproken werd en zo, dat wij toen later werden bijgepraat. Zoiets moet je eigenlijk dan, zeg maar, ook voor de ouders regelen, voordat we al zoiets doen.
Bijna de andere kinderen, zeg maar met een groep, die wisten, hun ouders wisten het wel.
Lijkt ook nog een beetje op de schaal. Maar hebben ze ons toch ook, ja trouwens, ik krijg niet zoveel mailtjes toestanden.
Ik krijg altijd wel nieuwsbrieven en alles van ons ouders. En Judith heeft mijn e-mailadres.
Dit is een HAVO-leerling versus universitaire kakkerleerling.
Ja, dat zou betekenen dat wij
Ik parkeer mijn fiets altijd
helemaal
hier.
klein lopen moeten
Maar helpt me altijd met leren in ons huis. Ik ben zeker van mijn zaak. Ik zou het niet doen met mijn pasje de rechtszaak. Raoul, even stil nu. Sorry mevrouw. Roderick, even stil nu. Dit is een HAVO-leerling. De avondroutine. Kom thuis, direct naar huis.
In de zon.
Cijferlijst. Ik bijkom met een Raspberry Freeze. Soms moet mijn hond uitlaten en trek ik daarna mijn pyjama aan. Na een leerzame documentaire te hebben gekeken, ga ik vroeg naar bed zodat ik morgen goed kan focussen. De avondroutine van een middelbare.
Let's try the steps from the past. First up, we have to take...
Dit is voor in de klas versus achter in de klas. Ik had een goede dag dus goed bij het les blijven. Geen trek en goed ontbeten. Stop met eten! Met het huiswerk vergeten mevrouw. Wat zeg je dat? Ik maak mij zo luid, wat een slurp.
gaat nou dat goed
Dit
gaat.
is voor in de klas versus achter in de klas. Ik had dit zijn stickers op TikTok die alle jongeren gebruiken. Nee, wat zeg je?
Ja. Terugkoppelen, hè, van wat is er deze maand gebeurd en...
Dit is een meisje op HAVO versus een jongen op HAVO. Dit is jouw
Het zou doorgaan, omdat hij toch nog, omdat wij toch nog binnen zaten met aandacht nodig had.
This is how you
En wij
sell
worden
a
niet
fashion brand in
zijn
2026.
niet zo groot.
Yesterday,
Van nou, hoe zit dat nu? Dus wat denk je daar nou van?
Altijd luisteren naar de juffrouw. Raoul opletten. Ik rijd naar school op de fiets met mij. Ik word al leeg.
Hij zit daar
Dit is die
en
ene vriend van jou die altijd overdrijft. Hé, ik pak nog even mijn jas, ja? Ja,
wij horen van hem dat of hij wel een beetje doet.
Ja, spelen.
Ja, ik wil hem eens, ja, hoor je niks.
een HAVO-leerling en een VWO-leerling beantwoorden.
Oh, dat is lang geleden. Ja, maar zo tegenkomt. Ja, ik vind
Ja. Begint de lada dan niet
En
in?
dan zou het toch ook weten, ik weet ook niet of dat gebeurt, met school geloof ik toch ook onder
Ja, maar volgens mij gebeurt er helemaal niks.
Dit zijn jouw schoolboeken in je rugtas. Wat ben ik? Frans, waar ben ik? Je zit in een rugtas van een bruggermaatje. Hoe weet jij dan weer dat deze een rugtas van een brugger is? We zijn met z'n 15 idioot. Niemand behalve bruggers nemen zoveel boeken mee. Hey,
nou, dan moet
hey,
ik wel
wat dan?
zeggen
Ja,
dat
het regent natuurlijk word je nat. Maar we zitten in de
toch
tas,
een
het zou
beetje
toch droog
gaan.
moeten zijn? Nee, natuurlijk niet. Heb je bruggers ooit zien fietsen? Hun buik ligt letterlijk op de stang. Deze staat vol in de regen. Denk je dat hij er bijna is? Oei, de brugger. Wat? Wie? Hou je Oh, je bent Frans, ja. Denk ja. Ik moet hier nu weg. Oh, ja, vrijheid. Waar ben ik?
En we hebben een nieuwe leerling in de
Dit zijn
klas.
jouw schoolboeken in je rugtas, Piet. Een
Hij is ook blond.
docent beantwoordt dezelfde Google-vraag. Wat doe je na school?
Dan ga ik op Facebook mijn vriendinnen poken.
Of gamen of joint roken.
Wat doe je
zo halverwege
op
het
school?
schooljaar
Begin de dag
een
met een
beetje
bakje
tussen,
kleur.
Direct zie ik me al.
Ja?
Wat doe je tijdens de les? Ik denk dat je dat al weet. Geen ene reden. Wat doe je als je bijna te laat komt? Dan ben ik de school wat later.
Leuk jongetje.
Ja.
Wat doe je in je vrije tijd? Na school heb ik geen bestaan, dus dan bevries ik. Ik ga direct trekken
Hij doet me wel denken aan die andere film die ik van vroeger.
Wat doe je na school?
Ja.
Brugger en een laatste.
Ik moet hem anders morgen vragen of hij ook vroeger op camping Molenkaart heeft gezeten.
Ja, ik wou het zeggen, het kan dat terug zijn.
Pauze.
Dat zou leuk zijn. Dat is
Dan
leuk.
zou je hem ook nog wel kennen.
Nee, want hij is nu alweer 9 hoor.
Feestje, misschien een biertje.
Dat is wel
Jamie was toch uit,
Wat doet een leerling met geld? Ik zet het op een rekening voor als ik later een huis wil. Gucci-bril, 6 bar. Een brugger en een laatstejaars. Dit is een
Nee hoor, hij was niet echt zo oud.
Ik zit voorin voor
Ik
het
zeg
geluid
dat
en
is
ik
een
let
beetje
altijd
in
op.
jouw leeftijd toch?
Oh, gaan we eruit. Ik neem
En papa, hoeveel jaar was het geleden dat we Jamie voor het laatst zagen?
42-jarige.
Nou ja.
Dit zijn docenten in het jaar 2013. Cirkels, vandaag hebben we
al heel
Wat betekent dit? Mark? Nou, zo valt je neer. Mag ik dit?
Hoe lang zijn wij nou weg? 3 jaar nog? Dit jaar, 3 jaar?
Dan,
Een stukje alleen.
Dit is wat er gebeurt nadat je je laptop bestelt op computersharp.nl. We checken alles en upgraden.
nee papa,
Daarna installeren we nieuwe software.
sowieso
Alles weer perfect.
6 jaar
Dit is een basisschoolleerling versus een middelbare
Hey, joh.
spelen naar school.
papa, dan zou ik nog 5 zijn geweest.
Ik ga nooit
Ik was niet 5 toen we op de camping waren.
in de pauze.
Ik was wel wat ouder hoor.
Friese Sean Demmer.
Het was ook 5 op de camping.
Ja, we hebben je 50 verjaardag daar ook gevierd.
Yo, kijk, dit is Thomas.
We hebben zelfs je derde verjaardag daar
Ik nummer
gevierd.
van TikTok gek.
Wat dan?
Ja,
Dit is een H.
met die derde verjaardag kreeg je toen die tablet niet? Prostituut.
De derde of z'n vierde?
Ja, dat is de derde volgens mij. En dat was het tweede. Derde jaar of het beste?
Of het was al het derde.
Nee, het tweede jaar geloof ik.
Of het derde, of het vierde. Molenkaten. Molenkatenpark 3121 Schiedam. Wat? Ja, dat. Laat maar kijken. Maar laat maar kijken daar. Ja, laat me dan kijken.
3 teams nemen het tegen elkaar op om de laatste plaats.
Waar de hel is
Tegen Hannah en Lawrence en...
Hey, Antwerpen. Ontwerpen.
Very relaxed. Zal er 1 team naar huis gestuurd
Voor de vork. Waar de vork is nou weer Schiedam. Schiedam. Meerwijk. Zoet-Holland. Waar zijn we?
Zijn die dan door?
Hoezo is het? What the?
De verlies die moet tegen Hannah en Lawrence.
What the? Baby language. Weer gaan vertalen is ineens frisk. Nederlands. Dank u Shin. Dank u shit. Language. Bevestigen. Campingmoeilijkheden. Jee. Laat me maar eventjes kijken.
Ja.
Oh, dat had je niet verwacht. En waar zijn we?
Ja, maar ze kunnen nu tegen die tijdsdruk.
Oh ja, dat is goed.
In the first round, Captain Fergus, Mike and Pete, and Jenny and Maddie. You will prepare a delicious meal with family history. We want you to take our family favourite and elevate it into something you can serve in a top restaurant. No, you don't want to pick up Fergus. It's an inspiration. The team that cooks the weekend dishes in one will be joining Hannah and Lawrence and Simon and Indiana in tonight's elimination cook-off.
I don't want to have that elimination cook-off. No way, Jose.
The last time you cooked, Robin Liam stood out from the crowd and won the judges' power. So please welcome our guest judges.
Ja, die mogen dan ook jureren.
Ja, ik ben hier voor veilig.
Ja.
Oh, dank wel.
Kijk het dan.
I'm getting photos here too. They look great. Yeah. Stunning.
Welcome.
Howdy.
Oh my god, Robin Williams. Just get under my skin. Oh, Mikey, that just sounds like jealousy. Bit jealousy.
Well, boys, you certainly look the part drinking in. Tonight, they will have the same power, cutting and I have. They will control your ventures. They will taste your dishes. And
Wat? Groenwoord.
Heel veel slagballen in je team.
Groenwoord.
and more importantly, help send the next team.
Ik wist niet dat Groenwoord ook gelijk een plaats was.
Hè?
Groenwoord is ook een plaats.
Nederland gebeuren.
Ja. Waar de hel is nou weer Davy? Waar is Schiedam?
Waar is Schiedam hier?
Ik zoek Schiedam hier op de map.
Kun je het zo moeilijk vinden dan?
Ja!
Bij Rotterdam.
Formule X.
Bij Rotterdam.
Ja, ik zit nu al in Den Haag.
Ja, tussen Rotterdam en Den Haag.
Dat is niet echt veel hulp.
Nee, hoor. Tussen Rotterdam en Den Haag, daar ligt Schiedam. En Delft.
No shit.
Zo moeilijk kan het toch niet zijn?
Hoek van Holland, Vlaardingen.
Vlaardingen heb ik ook al nooit meer gezien hier.
Ik weet niet wat voor kaart jij dan hebt.
Monkey Town Delft. Schieweg Noord.
Schieweg Noord.
Hof van Delft. Hof van Delft.
Ja, dat is in Delft.
Plaspoelpolder.
Ja. Daar nog verder naar beneden.
Naar beneden, ik ga naar boven.
Dan ben je al te ver waarschijnlijk.
Nou, daar had ik al lang...
Plaspoelpolder, dan zit je tegen Den Haag.
Dan kan ik beter helemaal ergens in... kan ik beter ergens in... Rotterdamse weg. Ketel.
Ja, oh, daar ben je.
Eindelijk.
Nee.
Auw. Dus zoom niet gelijk half uit. Wat?
Wij zitten in de ketel.
Kapsalon?
Ja, dus op Schiedamse weg bedoel je. Zit bij zo'n huis aan, in een soort garage zit daar die kapper.
Wat de fuck? Wat de fuck?
Daar waar je tussendoor kan lopen dat je naar... dan loop je door stegen en dan kom je bij die Rozenstraten en zo uit, zeg maar.
Ja. Ik zit dadelijk lopen gewoon naar buiten, ga ik heel die manier volgen. Schaakvereniging. Oh ja, dat is bij Perenplein. Ik ben nu bij Perenplein.
Daar is schaakvereniging?
Ja, dat is de schaakvereniging, dat gebouw. Elke donderdagavond dan gaan mensen daar schaken.
Bij het Perenplein?
Ja. 3121 Schiedam. Ik ga eventjes met Google Maps. Google Maps. Google Mappen.
Potje op je. Potje op. Ja, je loopt nog.
Ja. Stuk in de slot.
Ga maar een keer verkeerd hoor, maar een keer.
Hele katten.
Hi.
Kleine goos.
Hi. Ga er eens af, kom op, hup.
Zoek hem meer.
Inderdaad, een kot zingen. Tomma.
Hij kan beter helemaal niet kotsen.
Nee, maar dat moet je tegen hem zeggen. Meneer die denkt dat als ik kom dat ik zo snel mogelijk op moeten komen.
Hij heeft niet gekotst.
Wel.
Waar de fuck dan? Gewoon boek.
Tussen de bankkussens in. Zie je toch?
Nee, neem nog één. zie geen ene reet.
Okay. Sure, cook. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put that. I understand, but we might need to go faster because we've got to get the chicken, which is and we've got 50 minutes to go. Get that chicken in. 29 minutes.
De kip is nog niet in de oven.
Gouden doorman half.
De 50 minuten, ze moeten opschieten. Nou, dat zijn kippenpoten. Je hebt aan 30 minuten, 35 minuten genoeg. 50 minuten zijn ze droog.
Nearly ready. It's nearly ready, doesn't it? Yeah. It's fine. The chicken will
I'm dying. Down almost.
Mike, this one's ready. We're going to chuck it in, okay? Chuck it in. We're trying to get the chicken in the oven. For me, a marinade is a 45 minute. There is cooking. Okay, chicken in the 35 minutes. Mike, you done in 35. And to make rice from like the hot best feeling, quite an eerie feeling, you know, on the
En wat drijf. Oh. Nee, ik zeg geen ene reet. Ik zou het zo.
Ja, we gaan wel.
Maart 2025, jee. Mag ik ook naar binnen? Ja. Juf! Juf!
Ja, dat zijn nog andere groenten.
Juf! Ik zie juf!
Nee, andere soort groente.
Serving an Irishman, is a bit of a risk. I think it's going to be pretty critical if I don't do it properly.
Wat is er meer datum?
Een soort groente.
Ja, het zag eruit als een knol.
Ja, dat zat ik al naar te kijken.
2008?
Now I'm just doing the cutting the radishes. Okay. Today for me we're making a pork codoletta.
Hapje water.
Nee.
Deze hapje water.
Ja, ze hebben jij 2 komkommer.
Ja, maar dat vind ik nog meer smaak als ik er als er erbij zit.
Oh nee hoor.
Toen was er nog Westcon Convergence, mama. Op dit gebouw van Amzo in 2008. Toen was Amzo er niet, toen was het Westcon Convergence. 2022? Oh, ze hadden in 2008 ook nog niet dat plek met de letters. Wat? Moeilijk achter.
Die had je nog niet gezien of zo?
Nee.
Ja, die waren bij de Lidl er in de reclame, ik niet nog. Misschien vind je dat wel lekker. Zuur genoeg?
Ja. Ik ben weer bij de camping.
Nu al?
Ja.
Onze caravan is weg hoor.
Maar ik kan daar toch sowieso niet kijken.
Waarom niet? Mag dat niet?
Daar zijn ze waarschijnlijk niet eens gekomen met de bus.
None of them are at 10 yet. Given them enough time to put these steaks back in the oven. We're going to have to figure out a way to get these steaks up to 10 and cooked because I'm not serving really rare steaks to these judges.
Therefore, I'm doing the river searing. It's figuring away. Last night you don't have the time. 100%.
We'll do it in the pan, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll get 2 pans.
We're going to fry them off anyways. So let's just leave them on the pan for a bit longer and hopefully that'll get them to a nice big rag. Good steak on the pan.
Yeah, I'm rendering this back.
The sear is just to hit it in that pan and lock in all the flavour in that steak. So get that nice crust on the steak and it's going to hopefully cook it a little bit, but hopefully not overcook them.
Are you okay on?
Yeah. Look, this is my responsibility. I don't want to be the reason that you and I go into this elimination cook-off, so there's a lot on the line, so hopefully we can rescue these. Give that a press. Tell you right now.
Yep, good.
What? Nee. Nee. I'm a daarin. Nee. I'm a daarin.
The pork is crumbed and we've got the oil and butter ready to cook that pork. Beautifully. Eating such a relief to see that pork sizzling away in the pan as they should be. These are looking really perfect, exactly the way I want them. A little bit longer, they're bubbling away and getting that beautiful golden brown colour on the outside. The first one's coming off, okay?
It looks gorgeous, Mum. It really does.
Aurora.
Alright, do you want to take the chicken out? Pull the chicken out.
Kan ik Aurora zien?
It should be cooked. If we're seeing raw chicken, we're in trouble. Beautiful.
Er is een nieuwe caravan! Kijk. Nieuwe caravan daar. Oh shit. Daarachter zie je een nieuwe caravan.
Madonna, the chicken is on a range and then go. We're in trouble.
Ja, maar kom hier. Lekker.
Baby.
Ah.
Ja, even normaal.
Maar het wordt mede mogelijk gemaakt hoor. Ja, lekker met minder suiker.
Wat op? Waar ga ik heen? Waar ga ik heen? Hup. Oh nee. Oh ja. Sign for my April. I'm gonna february, maart, april, mei.
Vanaf donderdag 5 maart bij 5. Ja mensen, is je hamster in de Albert Heijn? Ja, goed zo, begrijpt het je. Met meer dan 1000 producten zijn gratis. Zo, lekker hoor, Amsterdam! Met deze bonus, alle Mentos, Stroomrol en Spin, 2 gratis. Alle Coca-Cola, Fanta en Sprite Lieten. Alle Nederlands bad- en doucheproducten, ook 2 gratis. Yes! De meeste en de beste aanbiedingen.
Gun jezelf een vakantie waarin je volledig ontspant en toch elke dag wakker wordt op een nieuwe bestemming. Een reis die je alles laat voelen, beleven en proeven. Bij Holland-Amerika-lijn is die reis net zo belangrijk als de bestemming. Trekken we naar Nederland, naar de mooiste bestemming van Noord-Europa. Gun jezelf een ultieme vakantie. Gun jezelf een Holland-Amerika-lijn.
Alle Care Cherry Blossom, 50% korting. Care, exclusief verkrijgbaar bij Albert Heijn.
Roberto, you not working today?
Mama, de enige foto's waar ze het hebben van hier, of van daar, is april van dit jaar, of van vorig jaar, en dan oktober van 2015, en augustus 2010. Wacht, kijk of hun caravan weggaat. Even kijken. Oh! Bij die andere 2 plekken missen gewoon caravans. Zo. Boom.
Volledig elektrisch en hybride voor 39.995
Yup, dat is Mika's caravan.
Ontstaan uit ruimtevaarttechnologie met ultragevoelige cellen die 20% meer druk hebben. Tempoor, the future is soon, is hier ook verkrijgbaar bij BTB.
Onze caravan! Onze caravan stond er in 2015.
Ja, het grootste assortiment bekend, persoonlijk advies.
Oh, 2010 ga ik even bekijken.
Plus hebben we ook tieners thuis. En dan is alles op. Voordat je eraan begonnen bent. Je weet niet hoe ze dat doen. Soms hebben ze versterking. Maar alles gaat op. Daarom zijn we...
Oh nee, wacht, dat is denk ik niet waar Mika was. Dat is denk ik niet hun caravan toen.
1500 doe je mee. Dus nu bij Ethos heel veel aanwerkvitamine deals, even en gratis. Mooi van Ethos. Bij Plus zijn de boodschappen die altijd op zijn, altijd laag geprijsd. Onze laagprijs, zoals in 800 pak toiletpapier.
Maar dit is sowieso wel onze caravan. Dus we hadden zelfs al we waren al met de camping in 2010.
We zijn nog niet geboren, Dave.
Ja, dus onze caravan stond, onze caravan en onze schuur staat er.
Ja, er zaten die andere eigenaren erin.
Lekker dagje weg, joh. Zeker, wij parkeren gewoon achter centrum.
Waarom halen ze onze caravan dan nu wel weg? Ze hebben dat niet...
Omdat hij oud was.
Ja, dat was die van de vorige dan ook.
Hey, nog een opje. Wij nemen de kids mee voor de prijs van een uurtje parkeren. Oh, slim. Dat is het voordeel.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Blue Beans Not So Daily, exposing our classmates. It's Arky here. Today I'm exposing my absolutely brain-dead classmates. Me, Theo, Evelyn, and Matteo.
What the fuck is...
Exposing our classmates. It's Arky here. Today I'm exposing my absolutely brain-dead classmates. Me, Theo, Evelyn, and Matteo were all on the same recess soccer team. Sabrina was with us too, but she spent the whole game complaining, fouling, and yapping like she was getting paid per word. It was raining that day, so indoor recess was on, which was wild. Sabrina fouled Theo so hard we gave him a free kick that every time he tried to take it, she ran in and kicked the ball away like a little gremlin. Over and over, Evelyn kept yelling at her to stop and finally told me,
Arky, hold her back before I actually crash out.
Meanwhile, Jordan was in the goal looking like he regretted every life choice that led him to this moment. The second I tried to hold Sabrina back from interrupting the kick again, Matteo suddenly acted like I was committing a crime. He started yelling, "Leave her alone! Stop hitting her!" Like Sabrina was his kitten. Then this dude leaps onto me and starts kicking and punching me out of nowhere. So when he goes in for another hit, I twist his arm and toss him on the ground. He gets mad, jumps on my back, and suddenly I'm a human backpack. While this is happening, Sabrina is still interrupting Theo, so Theo finally pushes her. She slaps him across the face, and he starts tearing up. I throw Matteo off my back. Sabrina and Evelyn think the fight's still going, so Evelyn shoves Sabrina to the floor and yells,
"What the f*** is wrong with you?"
Sabrina starts crying. Jordan is about to have a breakdown, and then he yells, "Can you just stop fighting and go already?" Then Sabrina gets mad at me because Matteo was on the floor, so she and Matteo both try to jump onto me. Theo forgets his free kick entirely and starts arguing too.
Matteo, can you stop acting like a bro? You cried over a slap. It hurt. Man, shut up.
So Theo slaps him. After that, Matteo and Sabrina charge at me again, for some reason. Matteo tries to kick me, but I grab his leg midair and he starts wobbling like a newborn deer. Sabrina tries to tackle me, so I eat Matteo onto her. They crash into the goal and almost hit Jordan. Jordan, who has reached his limit, kicks both of them while they're tangled up. At this point, our teacher, Miss Karina, comes over, sees the nonsense, and sends all of us to the lunch hall. Sabrina sits next to Matteo and starts gossiping. Evelyn is over it and says,
Raise your hand if you want Sabrina off the soccer team.
all our hands go up immediately. Extra says, we tell Sabrina she's out. Of course he refuses and slaps Theo again. He slaps her back and walks off. I block Sabrina because I already know she's about to do something stupid. And right then, Mateo tries to jump and kick me from the side. As soon as I see him jump, I took a step forward and he fell and hit his head. Sabrina slaps me so I get mad, but because she's a girl I only pushed her off whilst she was riding Theo's back not too hard, because I obviously get in trouble if I was as aggressive as how I am with the gloves. Recess ends, and of course, Sabrina goes full crybaby and tells the lunch teacher. We all get pulled aside. Mateo and Sabrina, now, that's Cat. Every for seconds, but guess what? They got suspended for a week. Me, Theo, and Evelyn were living our best lives.
Hey, my name is Puck. He grows my name is Bill. Hey, my name is Puck, and his name is Billy. These things happened last year. He grows my name in June. I'm pretty sure it was intentional. And he did the anime love symbol with his hands. He would always talk to me when I sat behind him. At the end of the year, when the class was counting down, he said, "Hi, Puff," which confused me, because I don't know why he said it, even though I do not even have any classes with him this year. He's still bothering me, and I don't know how all of this began. A friend told me he was talking about me in her literacy class, saying something like, "Oh, you guys know Puff. She was in my literacy class last year and was super funny and nice and cute." Another friend said he told her and someone else that he wants to kiss me. One day I went out of the classroom during 4th period to get a book, and he was right there. After I grabbed the book and walked back, I saw him staring at me, so I tried to casually but quickly walk into the classroom. I could feel him watching me until I was all the way inside. Another time, when my friend and I were walking to lunch behind him, he kept looking over his shoulder at me, and according to my friend, he even said, "No, on God, Puff likes me." After lunch, I was waiting with my friend by her locker, so we could go to 6th period together, and I saw him walking toward us, right before we went into the classroom.
Hi, my name is Celine, and I'm going to be exposing my classmate Becky Dora Biggs. I used to be friends with Becky, but then some things happened with the friend group we were both in, and we ended up getting kicked out. I'm not proud of the things I did back then, but I've changed and become a better person. Unfortunately, from what I've heard and seen, she hasn't. Throughout high school, I would see her in the halls during passing periods, and she would always give me this weird, angry stare. I just ignored it. At one point, we began talking again, and I told her about how I sent a Valentine to get back at one of my ex-friends, and how he thought it was his crush who sent it. Becky decided to tell him, and afterwards he came to talk to me privately, thinking I was obsessed with him, which I absolutely wasn't. I just wanted to embarrass him. After that, I stopped talking to her altogether as high school went on. I kept hearing rumors about Becky, how she had a new boyfriend every week and was doing the boom-baya with them. When I first heard the rumors, I thought, damn, I feel bad for anyone who dates her. Then junior year came around, and partway through the year, I got into my first relationship. I'll call my boyfriend Kyan. Before we even started dating, I already knew that he had dated Becky before. They were only together for 2 months. I had met Kyan twice before we started dating, and during one of those times, Becky was with him. They were still friends after they broke up, so she wanted me to ask him if he would date her again while she went off somewhere. So I did, and he said no, while Becky and Kyan were dating. She made him skip class countless times and even tried to do the boom-baya with him. Thankfully, it never happened because he felt extremely uncomfortable with her. Kyan also told me that one time they were at the park with Becky's cousin, He was running around playing while Becky and Kyan sat on a bench. Suddenly, she forced him to duck down and hide because she saw her mom's car coming. Her mom told her to come over, and once Becky did, her mom started yelling at her and they began arguing. Eventually, Becky and her cousin got in the car and drove off, leaving Kyle alone in the park. Of course, I felt sorry for him.
Bij Moneybird zet je zakelijke rekening en boekhouding in één pakket. Hiermee worden je bonnen automatisch verwerkt en gekoppeld aan...
Hey Blue Stars, welcome back to your not so daily exposing our class.
Nee,
Hey! My class had a math teacher a few years ago who
oh ja, kom maar. Dan moet ik boven. Klote door. Oh, nee.
Call Mr. Adam. I'm not trying to shame him, but he was very skinny and clearly an introvert. So I never really understood why he chose to become a teacher. In that whole math class, I sat next to a guy I'll call Alan. He used to mock the way Mr. Adam would say, "You're 7, to be honest. Mr. Adam didn't really know how to manage the class, so the louder students always called him out on it. Sometimes he even left the classroom to bring in Mr. Jones, another teacher, to help him. A few girls would whisper, "Look, he has to get another teacher to help him," and one boy even commented on how thin he was. Alan kept trying to mimic Mr. Adams' voice, and later I found out that part of the reason was to impress me. I think I mentioned in one of my old videos that he liked me romantically, but I only ever saw him as a friend. Because of that, our friendship eventually fell apart. Friends come and go, I guess. Anyway, we ended up being the last class Mr. Adam ever taught, because the next year he disappeared from the school. No one officially confirmed it until 2 years later when our new math teacher, Mr. Jones, told us that Mr. Adam had actually completed his own math GCSE in year 7 because he'd been such an academically gifted student. Then Mr. Jones added, "Being smart doesn't mean you can teach. You need actual teaching skills too." Another thing happened during chemistry. Xander is my chemistry partner, which I honestly find pretty unfair, because my chemistry teacher only put us together thanks to the whole boy-girl seating policy. I'm pretty sure most schools have that rule, but still. And what makes it worse is that the boys who came in late were allowed to sit literally wherever they wanted. Tell me how that's fair, but I guess Xander wasn't the worst partner to end up with. Our teacher told us to raise our hands if we were happy with our seats. He put his hand up immediately. I definitely did not. Oh well, later on, Xander asked if I could switch with one of his friends. I told him, no, the teacher is going to notice, and he said, "I'll just tell her it was my idea." Like, yeah, right, I'll believe that when pigs start flying. I just sat down and told him, "You can move to your friend if you want, but I'm not getting in trouble, bro." He rolled his eyes. Then Patricia, our friend who sits in the row in front of us, turned around. Xander suddenly got an idea and asked, "Hey, Patricia, do you want to switch seats?" And because she and I are friends, she immediately agreed. I was like you, Pete, thinking we got away with something. But then Owen sat in Patricia's old row too. Me and Patricia started giggling because the teacher was definitely going to notice something was off, especially since she pairs almost everyone boy-girl on purpose. Sure enough, as soon as she finished the register, she looked straight at them and said, "Something's not right." She pointed at Owen and said, "I don't think you're in the right seat. Go back to your seat." Xander and another friend were laughing until Owen said, "Aw, they found us." Then he added, "Xander isn't in his seat either," so the teacher told Xander to switch back with Patricia. Honestly, I high-key preferred sitting next to her over Xander. What a shame, while they were moving. Xander jokingly said,
"This is all your fault, Patricia."
She just went. What? And ignored him. Then he sat back down next to me and said,
"Looks like we're back together again."
I told you she'd know.
Shut up.
I said, "I can't hear you," in the most sarcastic voice possible, and he muttered,
"Oh, my days, it's fine. Just forget it."
Then when Philip started laughing at Xander and Owen, Xander snapped.
"Philip, you can't chat. You gooned to someone in this class."
Philip immediately yelled,
"Shut up."
The fact that he didn't even deny it too. I swear, in my school, you can't go 1 week, not even one, without someone saying something questionable. It's literally impossible.
Hey guys, call me Roberto. This is a story about my classmates back when I was a boy named Ed Spin. Our school didn't have enough classrooms, so we had to use portables to hold all the classes. One day, during recess, I was playing with a new friend named Eddie. He was a bit shorter than me too, but he had a big smile and was always eager to join in games. I had just moved to the school, so Eddie was still new to me too. While we were laughing and tossing a ball around, I suddenly heard a loud sound coming from behind one of the portables. Curious, I tiptoed closer to see what was happening, and what I saw made my jaw drop. Maxwell was shoving Ezekiel's face onto his you-know-what, and a few other kids were laughing and doing the most mischievous things you can imagine. I'm Filipino, and at that time my English wasn't very strong, so I couldn't explain everything clearly. Nobody really reported what was going on, but the kids eventually got in trouble anyway just for being behind the portables. It was against the rules, and the teachers weren't happy, even though it was a little scary to watch. Looking back now, it's kind of funny how chaotic our recesses could get. Kids can be really weird in a little while.
Hey guys, you can call me Potato. So this past week I tried out for a new school. For anyone wondering, this is my first time being in a public school in 4 years. Anyway, back to the story. When I found my new class, everyone seemed really nice. People were friends got in our class. Sus. He flashed her with his no square. She told me it freaked her out, and honestly I don't blame her. Stuff like that isn't okay, especially at our age. This might sound weird, but she also mentioned that it was too big for his age. Also, the same boy, Dylan, is actually our class captain, which means he's supposed to help keep things organized, but instead he spends the whole time standing up and yelling, "Shush!" at everybody, like every 5 minutes. One time he was doing his dramatic shush routine again, so I just looked at him and said, "Sit down like a good boy." And the whole class started laughing. Let me tell you another story which happened earlier this week. Our teacher, Mrs. Ramos, gave Dylan, yes, that Dylan, the class captain, clipboard. The clipboard basically makes him feel like he's the president of the entire planet. Anyway, during silent reading, Mrs. Ramos stepped out of the classroom for literally 1 minute. The door had barely closed before Dylan jumped out of his seat. He slammed the clipboard against his chest and marched up and down the rows like a prison guard from a movie. People tried so hard not to laugh. Then he was going up to anyone he saw laughing, saying, "She," or to anyone what was whispering or talking quietly whilst reading. Then he stopped next to my desk, pointed at me and said, "Potato, you're breathing too loud," marking you down. I stared at him like, "Bro, I'm literally just existing." He tried responding in a louder tone than me and said, "Rules are rules." A few kids snickered and Dylan turned around, yelling, "Shut up! This isn't a comedy show, it's a place to learn." Then, I swear, whilst walking back to his desk, he tripped on his own shoelace and stumbled. Right at that exact moment, Mrs. Ramos walked back in, saw him, and just said, "Why are you out of your seat?" Everyone just laughed at him, then he sat down silently. Hey guys, I don't look like this, but anyways call me Lisa. So anyway, I need to expose this one girl, let's call her Serena, because she is such a pick-me. Like, aggressively pick-me. And somehow nobody notices. You might be thinking, maybe she's just cute and sweet, Lisa, but no, just wait till you hear this. So there's this guy. I call him the human magnet, because he somehow has like 6 or 7 girlfriends at once. Don't ask how, I don't know either. One night in our group chat, Serena and Iden were having this roast battle. I messaged Serena privately and gave her a roast to use, and yes, she saw it. Remember that. Then in the main chat, I said, "Serena, please say it," and suddenly she starts swearing like an average teenager. My friend group hates swearing, and they told her to chill. And then she blames it all on me. Like, she straight up goes, "Lisa told me to say those words." Huh? Girl didn't even use the roast I gave her. She made up her own and threw the blame on me. Next day at school, everyone was avoiding me like I had the plague. And by that evening, I was kicked from the group chat. How lovely.
The second incident is also about her. Now, in person, Serena is a whole different species. When she's around other girls, she's mean, ignoring everyone, acting like she's too important to breathe the same air. But the moment a boy walks by, especially Aiden, she turns into some kind of little girl anime character. Suddenly, she's like,
Ah, swearing because you dropped your ruler. Oh no, my peewee and clocks.
puppy eyes, bloated cheeks, voice higher than a squeaky toy. And the funniest part is that she told me she doesn't even like him, so now I'm convinced she's only doing this because I once said I liked Aiden forever ago. It feels like she's trying to drag him toward her just to make me jealous, except now Aiden is kinda weird, like something changed, and not in a cute way. So a few days after the whole group chat disaster, we had this big class project where we had to present in front of everyone. The teacher put us into groups of 4. Guess who ended up in my group? Serena. At first she tried to get moved. She literally raised her hand and went, "Miss, I think Lisa and I have beef." And the teacher, who was so done already, said, "Serena, sit down. It's just a poster." So she stayed. Our group had to make this huge poster about some science topic. I brought markers, glue, highlighters, the whole art supply arsenal. Serena, she brought lip gloss. That's it. The entire time. Instead of helping, she kept flipping her hair and trying to talk to Aiden's group across the room like, "Aiden, do you need help cutting your presentation? Girl, you can't even cut paper straight. What a..." Ignored the whole assignment until the teacher announced, "Your group will present first." Serena froze. When we went up to present, Serena tried to jump in and take the spotlight because of course she did. She cleared her throat and said, "I basically did most of this." Before she could finish, our teacher cut her off saying, "Actually, I saw Lisa and the others working, but would you like to read out the notes and help out with something for once?" She tried to keep talking, but she didn't read anything beforehand, so she stared at the poster confused. Then she whispered to me,
What does this word say, evapora? Tire?
I whispered back, "It says evaporation." Serena, she went up to the class and said, "Evapo." The whole room exploded in laughter. Even Aiden had his head on the desk. She turned redder than a tomato that fell on the floor and rolled into the sun. We also wrote everyone's names who wrote something on the poster, kind of like credits. But we didn't add Serena because she didn't help. Because of this, the teacher pulled her aside for a talk. After the presentations, for our next lesson, we had a practical, and Serena was out with a group of smart kids who want everyone to do the work to make things even better. I then told my friend group, "Bro, why was Serena acting so weird during the presentation? She was trying too hard. Trying too hard." He said it himself. "Sucks for you, Serena."
Hello, it's me, Layla, and I'm here to talk about something that happened with my classmate, Evelyn. So basically, on Thursday we were presenting a project we had done on either the Romans or the Celts. Evelyn was my partner, and we ended up choosing the Celts. I was already pretty tired that day because we had to wake up at 6 a.m. just to get to school by 9. While we were getting everything ready, I was adding some finishing touches to our project. We had also written our names on it, so everyone
Als ik vandaag op school zat, bro,
as I was writing my name and adding a few fun facts,
joh, ik ga gewoon lekker opstaan. Hoe laat ik wil, ja? Ik maak lekker dat plankje. Lekker plankje.
Stupid. Nice, so I had drawn the iron and silver. I just ignored her because I didn't want to start anything or get drawn the silver, and suddenly said, "Why did you make iron silver? Silver is gray, and I wanted it to look nice, so I had drawn the iron and silver." I just ignored her because I didn't want to start anything or get in trouble. When it was finally our turn to present after everyone else had shared theirs, I ended up doing most of the talking since I had done most of the work. I was fumbling over my words, but I got through it. Afterward, I went back to my table, only for the teacher to announce that we had to do English for a bit. At that point, I was still annoyed that I had done almost everything for the project. At the end of the lesson, we were packing up our project pieces, and Evelyn suddenly said, loud enough for people nearby to hear, "Well, maybe if someone actually listened to me, our project would have looked better." I froze. I was tired, stressed, and honestly done with her attitude. I turned to her and said, "What are you talking about? I did almost everything, and you're mad because I used silver for iron?" She rolled her eyes and replied, "It's not just that. You always act like you know better." That annoyed me even more, because I tried to make sure the project got finished. So I said, "You didn't even help half the time." She replied, "I helped. You just never noticed because you were too busy, always doing everything your own way." At that point, we were both getting louder. A couple of classmates were staring, and I could feel my face heating up. I took a breath and said, "Look, if you wanted things done differently, you could have actually said something while we were working, not now." Evelyn crossed her arms, saying, "I did say stuff. You just ignored me." Trying not to yell, I replied, "It's because you complained about things that didn't matter." We stood there in awkward silence for a moment. Finally, the teacher glanced over, and we both quickly turned away and pretended to be busy. The argument didn't really solve anything, but at least everything was out in the open. I still felt frustrated, but also a little relieved that I had finally said something back. After class, things didn't exactly calm down. In fact, they got worse. Every time we walked out of a room or lined up to go somewhere, Evelyn would side-eye me. At first, I tried to ignore it. I honestly didn't have the energy for more drama. But then she started doing this thing where she'd accidentally bump into me with her shoulder. Not hard enough to make a scene, but just enough to annoy me. And it was so obvious it wasn't an accident. But she did it in a way that made it impossible for me to call her out without looking dramatic. I kept telling myself, "Okay, just let it go. It'll pass." A couple days later, I noticed my pencil was missing, then my eraser, then my favorite highlighters. I thought maybe I misplaced them, but one afternoon I caught a glimpse of Evelyn at her table, using my exact pastel set, the one I had saved up for. She didn't even try to hide it. She acted like nothing was happening, smiling at the teacher, pretending to be sweet to everyone else. And every time I looked at her, she'd just raise her eyebrows, like she was daring me to say something. Wanted to confront her so badly. But she always did everything so quietly, so sneaky, that I could never prove anything. If I told her off, she'd just deny it or act confused. So I was stuck there. I decided to put my stationery in my box instead of my table.
Ik had gewoon naar haar toe gelopen. Ook al ben ik jong, ik had daar gewoon fucking 15. Ik had gewoon zo in haar bek geslagen. Dan had ik haar van haar kleine kutjesstoel afgedonderd. En het begon op die kutbureau recht door haar fucking hoofd.
Nieuw? Nee.
Als ze mijn schoenen aan gaan raken, ik zweer, ik ga haar even wat laten zien, man. Ik ga haar leven van haar afpakken dan. Zij pakt mijn spullen af die ik met mijn geld heb gekocht, nou dan pak ik haar eigen leven af.
Sterker haar zonder
Dan
te
niet meer
verzwaren.
wat ze is.
Schwarzkopf Gliss Liquid Silk. Forever you.
Hello! I'm Carrie, and this story happened back when I was in 4th grade. The people involved were...
Ja, ik ben er nu alweer klaar mee aan je werk. Boelie.
Welcome back to your National Daily, exposing my
Ze
classmates.
ziet er niet uit in de dumbass
The one I made the first time was controversial. Anyways, let's get to it. At school, there was a bake sale. Steven turned to me and said,
Are you going to get anything from the bake sale?
Nah. I forgot my wallet at home. It's no big deal anyway.
I'll pay for it.
Nah, it's fine. You don't have to. But then Steven went to the bake sale and was insisting he buy something for me. Then when Alan saw him get me something, he asked if he could get him something too, which he did. While Steven and I were walking out the bake sale, I caught Penelope side-eyeing me. I didn't really care, so I continued chatting with Steven. I had PE next, so whilst I was going to the changing room, I bumped into Penelope. She had a hat and was telling me to pick something out of it. I didn't, and it was a large chocolate coin. but I put it back saying that I had a heavy breakfast that made me full. She didn't say anything to me. She just disappeared. My instincts were just telling me not to get the coin. The next day, Stephen told me that Penelope asked him out, so he accepted. I said that I'm happy for him. Tell me why. It hasn't even been 1 week. Whilst we're doing a lap in our next PE lesson, Penelope is starting into the boys' sport area. I jokingly say, Lala, who are you looking for? And she says,
my boyfriend, Elijah.
I got confused because P broke up with Elijah in the very first year of school, but turns out she was talking about a different Elijah. I was going to ask her about Stephen until the teacher told us to continue doing our lap. After PE, I asked Stephen, are you still with Penelope? He says,
Bruh, I literally told you that she is. Why are you asking again?
Then it all came to me. She must have been dating two Jews at the same time, but I got worried and thought I misheard it, so I didn't say anything. Then Stephen showed me the necklace he got for her, and I was like, oh, cool. The next day, Stephen messaged me about the situation. He said it mostly in quotes, so I'll visualize it.
Stephen, I got something to tell you.
What is it? You can tell me.
Whilst I was dating you, I asked out Elijah too, so I'm also with him. But we recently broke up, so I was wondering if we could forget this and start over.
Ooh, don't touch me, Broof.
I was going to give you back the necklace you gave me, chill bro.
Why did you ask him out if you know we're dating?
It's because I'm polyamory, autistic, and have ADHD.
Cut the crap. I'm dumping you, and that's final.
All three of her EXEs found out about it, and one of them kept calling her a cheater. Another time, when Stephen and I were hanging out, Penelope went up to him asking to speak in private. When he accepted, she gave him a love note, but he didn't want it. Penelope ripped the card and began stomping on it aggressively. So then, Stephen asked me to go to the library with him. We were playing on a laptop until Penelope came up to him saying,
oh, so you replaced me? Wow.
Me and her are just friends. We're not together anymore. You cheated. What do you want?
I just wanted to watch.
She sat next to Stephen whilst we were watching a queso stream. Stephen looked at me with an uncomfortable face. Then we both looked at Penelope, who was flicking her pencil on his arm. Then she purposely dropped it on his arm and tried using it as an opportunity to stroke his arm too. But while she was doing it, Stephen flinched and moved closer to me quickly, and she kept asking what's wrong.
Can you not touch me like that? I'm feeling uncomfortable.
I was just playing with my pencil.
We continued watching the stream, and she kept trying to move to him and touch him, then blame it on her pen. So then Stephen quickly stood up and told Penelope that me and him had to go to our lesson earlier. Wait, really? What happened to manners?
Did you see the way she kept trying to touch me?
Yep, but I didn't know what to do. She probably still likes you.
Well, I don't. She's breaking boundaries here.
Penelope also had a friend called Lisa. Lisa felt like Penelope would copy her next hairstyle, so she told Penelope that she would cut her hair short and dye it brown. Over the weekends, Penelope cut her hair and dyed it brown, but Lisa only cut her hair into a bob. She didn't want to look similar to Penelope, so she told me that she's going to keep her hair in a ponytail. Penelope then asked out this boy called Riley. Riley accepted because he didn't know about her past. Not even 2 weeks go by and Riley tells me that she leaked off guard pics of him online and she foxed him. Riley was getting bullied a lot from what I heard. For our next PE lesson, we had to be in pairs, so I went with my bestie Vanilla. Laura went with Clover and Kaya was put with Penelope. Kaya wasn't comfortable with Penelope because Penelope used to tell her lies about her old friend group, which made Kaya self-conscious. Penelope didn't care. She'd always come up to my friend group after every PE lesson. She specifically wanted to sit with Laura, the quietest one. Well, she isn't quiet with us, but she's known as the quiet kid to other students. After that, Penelope asked if she could get all our numbers so we could add her to our group chat. Vanilla said that she'd add her. A few seconds later, a girl with a rolled up skirt walks past us and Penelope began glaring at her and said,
"You, girls who roll up their skirt are so weird and disgusting."
She went to the bathroom and while she was gone, Laura said,
"But she rolls up her skirt even shorter than hers and then makes fun of girls who do the same."
Yeah. We don't roll up our skirts, so she can't call us biased or anything.
After we added her in the group chat, She mentioned my name and asked if I have Steven's number. I said, no, I don't. I only spoke to Steven through Roblox.
She says, yeah, I still like him a little bit. I had his number. He blocked me. I love him, but I don't know if he does back.
I was the only one in the friend group who knew that Penelope wasn't as nice as she seems because of Steven. These were my other friends' first impression of her, and as I was also new to the friend group, I didn't want to risk starting drama, so I only told Vanilla about her past incidents. She said that they were probably just rumors, and she also didn't want to start drama, so we were hoping she'd change. Penelope was having a long chat with me about Steven trying to take her best friend. Then she gave me his number, and I messaged Steven telling him what Penelope wanted. Steven was annoyed and unblocked her, but then she immediately began flirting with him, sending him questionable anime photos and stickers. Steven told Penelope that he liked someone else and told Penelope not to tell anyone. Penelope immediately told me in private chat, but I don't like her, so I sent her messages to Steven. He got mad and he blocked her again. She asked me to tell Steven to unblock her again, which worked. Instead of apologizing, Penelope straight up sends photos of male private body parts that she found online and sends them to Steven. Steven told me that he's blocking her for good. Penelope began acting like the victim to my friends. She didn't tell them how she flirted with Steven and sent him those pics, so they were comforting her and throwing shade on Steven, not to his face. She eventually gave up harassing Steven and moved to Laura. She pretty much took advantage of the fact that Laura would let her come to her house. Even when Laura wasn't allowed to bring Penelope to her house, Penelope would cry about it or go to her doorstep and stand there until she'd be let inside. There was this one time where Laura let her in and Penelope took a video with Laura. She out emojis to make it look like they kissed and she posted it online without her permission. After that, there were rumors going around of Laura being a lesbian, which wasn't true. Penelope was just acting dumb and pretending not to know why or how it began. The rumor eventually died down until she decided to start another drama. Her and Laura were hanging out. Penelope thinks it's funny to make a racist joke about her boy best friend saying he's as dark as a rat. Laura told me about it, but then P was moving closer to me, saying that it slipped out and that another boy said it first.
Hopefully, Aaron doesn't know what I said about his skin.
I didn't say anything. She was just moving closer and closer to my face. I felt like she was trying to kiss me or something. I moved back uncomfortably. Then the next day, me and Laura told Aaron and Steven about it. Aaron told us how Penelope hugged him earlier that morning for no reason. After school, Steven called Penelope a racist B-word. Penelope was wondering who told Steven and assumed it was Laura. Laura says that she told them both.
OMG, I was not being racist. What the hell? You can't keep your mouth closed.
Steven really likes Aaron. Not gonna lie, sorry. He cares about Aaron, and you were racist to him during computing class.
Penelope kept stuttering and then tried denying what she said. She then changed the subject, saying,
You guys never forgive me when I do something wrong. But if it was Laura, everyone would forgive her. I wanna unalive myself.
Stop the cap.
More of my friends were coming online and Penelope said it's not racism if it's a one-time thing and began swearing.
I don't support racism.
No, it came out wrong. By the way, Laura, you still laughed and you're not denying it. If you hate me, just say so. And if you don't want to be my friend, just admit it.
I laughed because you called this guy a rat, and the other day he called you metal mouth and race face.
To be honest, I don't care because my teeth are gonna be straight. And girl, I don't know why you're laughing because you're getting braces too.
But still another few months until I get mine. And I'm also getting teeth removed. Penelope, I mean metal mouth, race face, and rat are real mature insults.
I never knew that, but that means there's no way you like me anymore. Unless you still wanna be friends.
Why is she switching the subject? Laura laughed and said that she'll be friends again with Penelope. The next day, me and Vanilla were talking. Penelope walks up to us asking where Laura is. I say that she's sick, so she isn't coming in today. Then Penelope smiles, laughs about it, and she says,
Good! She never uses her brain before her mouth, and she needs to fix her crooked teeth.
The next day, We decided to tell Laura what Penelope said. Oh boy, she was furious. She blocked Penelope in every social media platform they had each other on. Then Penelope said to Laura in the group chat,
Laura, you blocked me. That's mean.
I don't care.
What the heck? I thought we were friends.
Since when?
What do you mean? Don't act stupid. You even said that yesterday.
Bluebeam told me about you in school. I'll always find out. Penelope.
What do you mean? What did she say? Well, to be honest, I don't care.
Laura shows Penelope the screenshots of her even saying it on private chats.
What? I was just kidding. What?
Bye, Penelope. Lose my number and don't even think about texting me or even calling me.
But you do need to think about what you say.
Go get a life and find someone else to annoy.
That's not even my intention.
They eventually sorted things out, but then Penelope decided to make fun of my parents to make herself feel better. I ignored her as I don't want to repeat it again. A few days after, Penelope started hanging out with this girl called Zara, but then she wanted to have a private chat with Laura, so Zara stayed with me. Penelope told Laura,
Not gonna lie, I don't like Zara. She's annoying and keeps coming up to me. But I trust you and know that you wouldn't tell the others.
we were going to add Zara to the group chat, but only Penelope had her number, so we were waiting and waiting. Penelope said she will add Zara soon. She told Zara to wait for her at the bus stop after school as well. Vanilla saw Zara at the bus stop and walked up to her asking,
Hey, are you alright?
Kind of. It's just that Penelope has been ignoring me a lot, all of a sudden. Hey Penelope, could you add me to the group chat?
Too many people.
Really?
Let's just say you have nothing in common with any of us. I have Kaya, Laura has Clover, and Bluebeam has Vanilla.
Fair enough.
The next day, Zara wasn't hanging out with us. We didn't know why. Vanilla said,
Yesterday, Zara told me that Penelope kept ignoring her.
Penelope told me that she doesn't like Zara.
I told Vanilla, I'm going to keep saying why isn't Zara in the group chat yet, and we'll see if Penelope responds. Penelope didn't respond. She left it on scene. I felt suspicious of her but didn't point fingers yet. Nothing really worked, so we just gave up. Then all of a sudden, Penelope adds us into a group chat with 5 random boys that we've never seen in our entire life. One of them just never came online. Penelope told us how the ginger one is called Gerald, and he's her boyfriend. Then Kim said,
There's too many people. Kai, who are these people?
Who the heck is Kai?
I'm Kai.
No, you're Penelope.
I'm confused. Who's Penelope?
I'm Penelope. I just prefer to be called Kai.
We left the group chat, but then Gerald adds us back. I forgot to tell you the story about how Penelope and Gerald ended up together. She basically began flirting with him, stole his phone, put her number in it, and gave it to him. He told Laura that didn't even like her romantically, but just accepted her to see how it goes. Laura had to go help her siblings with something as it was night, so then Gerald gets the idea to prank Penelope by saying,
Laura told me that you're cheating on me.
Penelope instantly believed him and started insulting Laura. Laura was confused and told Penelope that she didn't say anything, but Penelope wasn't listening, so Laura left the group chat, but I added her back, and she told us everything. Penelope and Laura began swearing at each other until Gerald says it's a prank. Even though it was all his fault, Penelope was mad at Laura and brought up an incident from a long time ago which once caused a certain person in that group to have a mental breakdown. But at least I'm not a stuck-up brat with...
Als jij uit school komt, hè? Als je dan gewoon de schoenen nou eens onder de schoenenkast neerzet en je jas gewoon ophangt. Lijkt een kleine moeite, toch?
Ja.
Ja.
Says everything. I didn't know Gerald was pranking me. You're just being angry. Laura got upset and left again. Then Penelope was trying to victimize herself and started whimpering in the mic and sent it into the group chat, which caused everyone to feel bad for her instead, and she kept saying that she'd unalive herself. Vanilla said that she'd help sort it out. The next day, Penelope wrote Laura a sorry note and they went back to being friends. Penelope went to Laura's house to hang out with her. Tell me why. Laura says that Penelope has not one, not two, but 30 boys on her Snapchat whom are strangers. Some of them sent Penelope pictures of their no-no square, of which Penelope showed Laura. Laura asked,
Do your parents know about this?
No, but it's fine.
The next day, Penelope told me and Vanilla that she wants to leave the school. We were confused.
Laura told the school that I have made no-no squares on my phone, but I don't.
Why would she do that?
I do remember you telling us that some boys sent you it on Snap.
Yeah, but I never send it back. I just block them or just don't talk to those boys.
How did you know it was Laura, though?
The school said it was one of my closest friends.
You what?
Apparently you told the teacher that Penelope had sussy pics on her phone.
Why would I do that, though? And well, I didn't. I don't have time for that, guys.
Because it apparently said her closest friend.
I'm not her closest friend, though.
Penelope told Laura that the school called her care, telling her that she has pics of older dudes no-no squares in her phone.
Oh, yeah, and Penelope? My mum might have told the school. She said she wanted to make sure you was safe.
They had a long conversation and everything was sorted again. A few weeks later, Penelope asks,
Can I add Lucas to this group chat?
No, girls only.
But I'm a boy now and Lucas is my boyfriend.
Wait, did you break up with Gerald?
Penelope doesn't reply. I say I'll add your boyfriend in the group chat instead.
Lucas is probably Penelope's junior boyfriend.
Soon after, Penelope said,
Oh guys, look at what the emo mother told me.
It was a screenshot of Gerald saying that Lucas told him that she was his girlfriend too. He also kept calling her the B word and he blocked her. Then a few hours later, Gerald asks me,
Are you single?
Then I asked, why did you say it? And I ghosted him. After that, Gerald, Lucas, Kim, Laura, and I did like a face reveal when he asked for it. But then like the morning after that, he was messaging me on private chat saying,
You're so beautiful.
Thanks. Then he kept sending me heart emojis and GIS saying, I love you. And I was like, I'm flattered but not impressed. Also, I swear you have a girlfriend.
Oh, Penelope, she cheated on me.
He finally left me alone for like an hour. He called Laura cute and deleted his message and said it was a typo. Laura didn't care. Then Gerald kept messaging me saying he has a girlfriend and it's my loss. I said okay, and he went.
I know you're jealous. I'm not telling you her name.
Then I replied, oh, is it because she's your mom? He clearly was annoyed but didn't say anything. I told Penelope about what Gerald was saying to me, and instead of her being concerned and disgusted at him, she instead gets jealous and tries to get back with him and break up with Lucas like, bro, I never even wanted Gerald. He's all yours. 2 hours later, Gerald and Penelope began dating again. Laura asked about Lucas, but Penelope ignored her. After school, Penelope sneaks out and goes to a park with Gerald, which was like in another city. Gerald's dad doesn't like Penelope because he's a bad influence for showing him songs that aren't for his age. So he collected Gerald and left Penelope by herself. So Penelope posted a photo of herself crying, saying that she doesn't know where she is. My friends kept trying to comfort her as they couldn't do much. An hour later, she was at home, safe, dropped off by a stranger. At school, Penelope had confessed to Laura that she had pressured Gerald to send her no-no pics and Gerald was going to do it. But because Gerald has a protective dad who caught him in the act, he took his phone. Then Penelope said,
There's no point with being with Gerald if his phone is taken away.
Then she tried asking out another guy friend who rejected her. My friends were tired of Penelope, so we did a vote saying, put your hand up if you want Penelope out this group. The votes were 3 yes and 2 unsures. So Laura told Penelope that we aren't cool with her being in the friend group. So she replied,
Okay, I don't care. Bye.
And left for good.
Now that Penelope is gone, it's peaceful.
As Penelope didn't have us, she went off to Moon. She was trying to impress him by saying,
Hey Moon, by the way, I actually used to be lesbian, but I changed to a boy so now I'm gay, and I kinda like you. Want to date?
Moon wasn't buying it because he knows about how she faked being in the LGBT community and that she's not really special. It was just a tactic to grow on social media, so he tried ignoring her.
Hey, so, does that mean we're a thing?
No, you're kinda weird. I don't like being touched.
I found this ironic
because Moon would try to touch me every chance he got to. Speaking of touch, that also reminds me of a time he kept following me around. So I was like, if you follow me, I'm gonna kiss you. I expected him to run off or something. He moved closer to me instead, saying,
Really?
I was kidding, but he was so close to my face, so as I turned my head, he flinched and I accidentally.
Wait, you kissed me, haha. What? I don't know what to say, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
What the fuck? Moon said it was fine as nobody was there anyways. And it was platonic anyways. Anyways, Penelope wouldn't stop bothering Moon, so he usually scared her away. He ended up ghosting her, so she gave up on bothering him. Another day, whilst me and Laura were hanging out, we saw Penelope with Zara as she has nobody else. Zara doesn't know that Penelope hates her, so I asked, should we tell Zara what Penelope said about her? We can't have her running off and doing more mischief.
I'm not sure. We're not friends with Zara, so she might now believe us.
Then I'll do it. Hey Zara, can I tell you something? I told Zara everything, but Penelope and Laura were giving each other death glares. But then Zara wasn't believing me, so I said, I swear I'm not. Why would she lie about it? Zara just ignored me, went up to Penelope, and they walked off. Damn, I do feel bad for Kara, but I warned her.
Why were you guys near Penelope?
We were trying to warn Zara that she's toxic, but I think Penelope brainwashed her. Zara won't listen to us.
Problem? Not my problem. Just kidding, she'll just have to find out the hard way, I guess.
Okay, Penelope, I have a crush on this boy. Please don't tell him.
Yes, I won't, I swear.
You see that boy over there? His name is Lincoln. That's my crush.
After school, Penelope asked out Lincoln at a nearby bus stop. When Penelope saw Zara looking at her, she literally kissed Lincoln on the lips in front of her. She was even looking at Zara while doing it. The next day, Zara tried convincing Lincoln to break up with her as she doesn't actually like him. Lincoln didn't listen, and many kids knew about Penelope, and Lincoln's Penelope needed an excuse to break up with him, so she told him she's a lesbian, and they broke up. Lincoln cried to Zara. Another day, Zara was talking to me. Penelope overheard and got mad, so she ran to Zara's friend group, Fake Cry, and told them that Zara stole her friends. They believed her and comforted Penelope. They full-on began bullying Zara, and she got kicked out of her friend group. After Zara told me all this, I decided to add her into my friend group, and Zara said,
But Penelope has friends, like some girls in the older years, and my friends.
She's a greedy poo-poo.
Don't care about them. You're our friend now.
About 9 days later, Zara tells us that Penelope had gone missing and that she made out with a girl. Ha.
You guys are cold-hearted.
Penelope is probably trying to get onto everyone's head so she can try to brainwash everyone and make people like her again. But that's not going to work on me.
I know that we've had past drama with her, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't care about her.
Zara decides to add Penelope to our group chat.
There, I added her.
Doug, no.
Wait, you're carers. They called Laura's parents and told us you're missing.
You're joking. I wasn't missing.
This is serious. Why would we joke about this? Yeah, we were worried about you.
But you hate me?
Even if we don't like you, we don't wish harm. You thought that you backstabbed me, so I can't trust you anymore. I don't hate you, but you're not my twin. Penelope, we all just got worried. Excuse me. Penelope, if you want to leave the group, you can. We just wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Nah, it's okay.
Even though my friends were being nice to Penelope, I did not want her back. I don't care how nice you guys may think she is. That's what everyone who doesn't know her problematic side says. They're always like, oh, I feel bad for Penelope. I'm sure she'll change. Then when you become friends with her, she'll use autism and other special things as an excuse to manipulate you, and if things go wrong, she'll cry. You'll look like the bad friend and lose some of your close friends. I've had multiple girls tell me they had bad incidents with her. Also, from what Laura told me, every time she dates someone, she adds them to her little list of people she's dated. She claims that she's lesbian or gay or likes everyone, but they're literally all boys. And she even tried manipulating Laura's brother into dating her, which failed because he said she looks like a boy, and he was too young for her too. And if you're a boy, she'll do anything in her way to try and date you just as a way to gain control. Unless you're really short, she won't ask you out. That's something I've noticed. And if she gets bored of you, trust me, she won't be scared to ask out your best friend. nicely reject her, she'll literally try again and invade your personal space until she gets what she wants. The only way she'll leave you alone is if you're firm and rude about it, then she'll leave you alone. Penelope sent Zara a voicemail, and just so you know, Zara is overweight. That's why Penelope said this certain phrase.
I have no clue what you're chatting about, yeah, but there's no way in the world that I would actually make out with a girl like that was just a joke. That's when me and her were actually friends, right? But you don't have to go around saying that I'm dating an older girl like the older years are ugly anyway. Everybody at that school is ugly, so I don't know why. You're bare chatting so you can shut your fat self up. You keep on chatting from your hole.
I just was a budget app.
Ik heb gewoon nog een bericht doorgestuurd. Gewoon, hou je feedback. Kijk, de tering hier, de moeder is dood. En ze is moeder, ze was een slet. Ze heeft 50 mannen achter elkaar gemoeid. Ze was op pornster. Van drugs, zat cocaïne, zat whatever the fuck. Ze hield niet eens van je schiet dood toen ze je zag nadat je was geboren. Je vader ging gelijk melk halen. Hij heeft zichzelf daarna nog doodgeschoten. Oh, niet doodgeschoten, hè. De familie wilde niet eens meer innemen daarna. En ze wouden je dumpen bij het vuilnis. Stief die in de vuilnisbak, dumde je daar neer. De dakloos kwam je daar tegen. Die nam je mee, die kreeg een vriendin, hij werd rijk. Hij kreeg geld en dan, dat zijn je ouders. Wat je denkt.
But he was joking. Penelope took it seriously and dyed her hair orange, and she drew black circles around her eyes. She went into class, and a boy asked about the time she was exposed for being racist. 2 other boys began picking on her, saying, "Look at her, we don't like racists." And another called her a curse word because they know that she dated a lot of dudes. She tried leaving the classroom, but the teacher blocked the door. So then Penelope began scribbling in her maths book, ripping papers out of it. She also got picked on for faking disabilities online, and some boys from the older years came up to her when she was in Tesco saying,
That's the girl who flashed herself on TikTok. Boy, Penelope, nice view.
Oh my gosh, shut up!
Penelope got banned on TikTok after posting a photo of a girl in our year by making her skin green and making her look like Shrek. She thought people would laugh at the girl. Instead, she got hated on more. She eventually left the school. She wasn't seen again. She wasn't seen since the August 29th, 2024, so we assumed that she probably changed her contact. I hope she finally changed good. June 2025, I saw that someone viewed my profile. I clicked the account and I saw a video. I clicked it and Penelope was dressed as if she's trying to look emo. But she just seemed like a mix of gothic and edgy. She posted a video saying she's back again. Then in other videos, she would draw face stitches as a smile, wear a white Ushanka, and would type that she's officially emo. Turns out, she's still dating dudes and breaking up with them. All her reposts are about being emo. A friend told me that she followed him on TikTok, and he thinks that Penelope is faking being emo as he is an actual emo, and Penelope just lip syncs to audios, dressing up in dark, weird fits and dating alternative Jews. We didn't bother doing anything. I mean, no matter what we do to Penelope, she won't change. She'll just move to someone else. She's moved cities anyway, so I'm happy to...
Ze hebben het op het internet. Ze pakken een foto van een van haar video's. Zet haar accountnaam erin. En dan zet je dat op TikTok, op Snapchat, op WhatsApp en ook contact via. En je zet het ook gelijk op Instagram, whatever. YouTube.
Many of her EXCs think she's weird, and they also said that Penelope never told them that she had multiple EXCs, nor did she mention her being trans or special, so that's how they found that she was faking it all. Zara also sent me a picture of another boy that Penelope decided to get with. I'm not going to show any screenshots or proof here, because when I did it the first time, some people were complaining that I shouldn't do that. I only showed proof because people thought I was lying, and it was like one of my first videos. But now the ones with visual evidence isn't public anymore, so if you've already seen it, good for you. If not, what a shame. But now, hey, my awesome blue stars, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy.
Repost die video als je 15 miljoen keer doe je. Nou, anyway. Anywho. Ik weet niet eens wat de fuck ik aan het doen ben. What the fuck is going on? Hallo?
Hallo iedereen. Ik ben er nu nog een keer. Ik ben er nu met een nieuwe video en ook met een nieuwe mic. Dus ja, we gaan weer reageren naar video's.
Ik had een fotovideo met een intro gemaakt. Nu zit er niet meer dag aan, dus ik krijg het type zo van. Dat hoef ik nu niet meer te doen. En dat is ook fucking cringe, dus ik weet eigenlijk niet waarom ik dat doe. Maar doe DFB'tjes. Doe DFB-links of DFB'tjes, whatever the fuck. Weet je wat, ik heb ook nodig. Ik ga een naam verzinnen voor iedereen die geabonneerd is op deze kanaal. En iedereen die kijkt. Ik moet wel met DFB beginnen. Zet het in de comments als je wil commenten. Of als je een idee hebt. En misschien ga ik dat ook gebruiken. En dan wil ik ook jou een shout-out geven. Want dan ga ik gewoon letterlijk aan het begin van de video ga ik al de eerste frame wordt al gelijk staan. Dus oké. En dan moet iedereen die de video kijkt, moet sowieso je abonneren. Moet die gewoon naar die video, naar deze video en dan gelijk op jouw kanaal klikken en dan ja. Maar dat was het dan ook voor deze video. En doei!